Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
So check it out. The D6 Squad has merch now. We got hoodies, tees, mugs, whatever you need. Check it out. Link in the description. What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. So some people have asked me to make a video like this. It's taken a while, and I actually had this video planned out. You know exactly what I was going to say. And then I logged on to Twitter this morning, and I saw one of those troll news accounts said that the Giants were trying to trade Evan Ingram to the Buffalo Bills for a third rounder. Before people would just, take what I said out of context, that's completely from a troll account on Twitter. It's not true. And I'm basically saying this. I was going to make this video anyway, not necessarily in response to that. Those accounts are kind of funny to me because you can really type anything on Twitter and people will believe it. But seems like people are catching on. Anyway, if the Giants were to want to trade Evan Ingram, which I don't think they do want to do it, I just don't believe it. I don't think they do. It seems like they really believe in Evan Ingram and they're confident that he can, fix the dropsies this offseason. Hopefully he can. If he's coming back on the team, hopefully he can. But if the Giants want to get rid of Evan Ingram, if they want to trade him, because I would just, you save like $6-7 million by cutting him this year. So I would think about cutting him if he's going to be a serial dropper of the football. But if they wanted to trade him, hear me out. First scenario for trading Evan Ingram would be for the Giants to just sit at 11, hope Kyle Pitts falls to them at 11. You take Kyle Pitts, you have your tight end. But the thing is, that kind of drops Evan Ingram's trade value if you have that tight end there. But if there is a team that feels that they need that playmaker at tight end, that feels like they could rescue Evan Ingram's career, I think that they would jump on that if you use Evan Ingram along with with your third round pick, which is going to be pretty high this year, to move back up into the second round to take a receiver or whatever player you think will help this team, or maybe you package Evan Ingram with a second round pick to move up. Evan Ingram, a second round pick, and a fifth next year or something, to move back up into the first round to take a prospect that you really like. A couple of prospects that I'm looking at that could be at the end of the first round, receiver-wise, would be Terrace Marshall. If he's there and he's within striking distance and we can package Evan Ingram and we have Kyle Pitts who could kind of fill in that role, and we have Jalen Smith who can do that kind of stuff too and who's going to be a better blocker than both, I feel very comfortable trading Evan Ingram in a second and, a fourth or fifth next year to move up, take someone like Terrace Marshall, move up, take someone who I think is the best edge rusher in this draft, Jalen Phillips. The only issue why you don't see him consistently at the top of these draft boards is that he retired 2 years ago. He retired actually a year ago because, he had some injuries. He ended up having to retire, and he ended up transferring to Miami this year, coming out of retirement, and that just scares a lot of people. He's also got a lot of, music stuff on the side, so they don't know if he's really that interested in football. But there's a lot of things we could do if we were to take Kyle Pitts at 11, which I know a lot of people would hate. But if we were to take Kyle Pitts at 11, we would be able to package Evan Ingram with some picks to move back up into either the first round or the second round. Maybe in the second round, we could just use Evan Ingram to move up. Just Evan Ingram in our third round pick, just to move up into that second round. I would definitely welcome that. But it's just all about who would take him. Maybe the Bills would look at him, because the Bills, even though that account was complete BS this morning, they suggested it. But maybe the Bills would be a team because they don't necessarily have that dominant tight end. There's a lot of teams that might be able to use him. Maybe the 49ers feel like they can rescue him. Maybe the Patriots. I think they had interest in him early on this season to trade for him, but we didn't want to give that up. So there's a lot of teams that might have interest, but it's just all about the value, and I think we could really use him packaged with picks to trade up and, get some receiver help, get some pass rush help, get some corner help. I definitely think we could do that, even if it's offensive line help. So the second thing I think we could possibly do with Evan Ingram, second scenario where Evan Ingram is not on this team, would just be simply cutting him. Just cut him, get rid of him, let him walk, take that 6-7 million, put it towards a free agent, put it towards someone like Jonnu Smith or Hunter Henry, which I don't really value. I mean, a lot of people don't want to draft a tight end in the first round. I'm someone who doesn't want to sign a prime time kind of tight end, and with a big contract. Jonnu Smith, I'm imagining, will get over 10 million. Maybe that's somewhere you would look. Maybe you use that 7 million that you cut Evan Ingram with just all towards a wide receiver. If you think you can get Kenny Galladay, and you're okay with Caden Smith and just a 4th, 5th round tight end, which I'd be fine with. Or maybe you think you can get Pat Friermuth in the 2nd round or trade up for him. That could also be another thing, which will be my third scenario. There's a couple of tight ends there, Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. Jonnu is going to be the fast tight end who isn't probably the best blocker, but he's a little bit bigger than Evan Ingram. He's 6'3", 2, and that's really one of my biggest issues. Even if Evan Ingram was a better player, is that he's 6'3". He's not really a good route runner, so he doesn't necessarily create separation in the short areas because he has long speed. He doesn't create that short area separation, and then he doesn't have that ability to be a 6'5", 6'6" guy that's just going to jump over people and just snatch the ball out of the air. So that's really one of the big problems in Evan Ingram's game, even if he can fix the drops, is that he's not the red zone, big body, and even short area quickness route running threat that you need out of a tight end to be a functional offense, especially when it comes down to the red zone. You have to have a tight end that can consistently be a threat in the middle of the field to go up over the top of people and snag that out of the back of the end zone on a seam route or whatever we would put them on. And then my third and final situation will take us right back to the draft. Say first round, Kyle Pitts is there, but also Jalen Waddle is there, or also Devontae Smith is there, or maybe we just say forget that, and the other 2 receivers aren't there, and we take Rashad Bateman, or we take a corner. Fine, we do that. We can use Evan Ingram as a trade token again. This time in a different situation where we don't have Kyle Pitts. We can use Evan Ingram in that 2nd round. We can package Evan Ingram in our 2nd round pick for, a team maybe like the Bills, or a team like, a team that's looking for a tight end. And then it comes to mind, would a team want to accept that? Because what I'm hinting at, and I know you probably understand what I'm hinting at, is being able to trade up into that 1st round to take Pat Friermuth. But the thing is, would a team take our trade back in Evan Ingram and a late round pick when they can just draft Pat Friermuth and have someone who probably can be better than Evan Ingram, who definitely has the potential to be, and who right now might be better? Because you're going to get dominant blocking from him. Year 1, you're going to get the blocking from him, and you're going to get some pretty nice receiving from him. I mean, he's a 1st round kind of tight end as far as receiving goes. It's just that he's a tight end. He's a pure tight end. He's not going to move around like Kyle Pitts. And it would be kind of hard to find a team that would pass on Friermuth to take Evan Ingram. So we might have to trade up into that 1st. We might have to package our 2nd, Evan Ingram, and our 3rd, which might be too much for someone like Pat Friermuth. That's a lot to give up for a tight end, for especially a pure tight end. But there's a lot of ways that we can leverage Evan Ingram to make our team better, whether that be what I said as my first option, whether that be cutting him, using that money to go towards a receiver or a replacement tight end or even an edge rusher, or finally, trying to see what we can do to trade him to go up and get Pat Friermuth, or maybe even, trade him later on to get Brevin Jordan, because I think that's basically a clone of him, which I'm not really that excited about, but at least Brevin Jordan will probably catch more passes. So you guys let me know what you think of all 3 of these situations. Which will be the most attractive to you, that you think is something I didn't think of. And I think we all can agree for this team to get better next year. And, we either have to have Evan Ingram out there playing a lot better than he was last year, or we need Evan Ingram off of the team. So you guys let me know what you think. So if you made it this deep into the video, I'm calling you a D6 squad member. If you're a D6 squad member, you got to hit that subscribe button. You got to turn on that notification bell. And listen, I make all kinds of content for NFL teams. So if you're not a Giants fan, don't worry. I'll cover your team. If I'm not covering your team, let me know. And have a good one.